Good day, everybody. Hope everybody's doing great today. I appreciate those who watch this video. I hope you enjoy it. And today, I think I got a good movie to talk about. And I'm sure if you saw the title, you might have already seen this. And if you haven't seen this, let's get into this. We're going to be talking about Jacob's Ladder. Stars Tim Robbins. Came out, I think, like 88, maybe 90. Late 80s, early 90s. I don't write that stuff on my notes. Sorry. But I remember when this movie came out, everybody was talking about this movie, how it's mind-blowing. It was kind of like the Sixth Sense of its time period. Probably just gave away the whole movie with that statement. But it was kind of like Sixth Sense. You know, it's a movie where you had to watch it. You was trying to figure out what was going on with the character. What's the deal with his hallucinations that he is having? Is he alive? Is he dead? Is he going crazy? Is he going mental? You didn't really know about this, what was going on in this movie. So if you've never seen Jacob's Ladder, it's basically about a Vietnam veteran who's starting to have hallucinations. Maybe he's suffering from PTSD. Maybe it's from drugs, from LSD. You just don't really know. At the end of the movie, it does give you a statement about some drugs that the government might have given to the soldiers to make them better fighters. But the government, says in a statement at the end of the movie, denies these allegations. So, you know how truthful the government is, right? Anyways, let's get into this. So this movie does begin with a big old battle. Not a big battle, but like this chaos. You have this platoon that gets attacked from the enemy, and you got people getting shot up, and it gets kind of gruesome. You get people's feet getting shot off. You got little like leg tendons hanging there, and other stuff. And our main character, and the scene ends with the main character getting stabbed in the stomach, and then boom, his eyes pop up, and he's in the 1980s, late 1980s, and you think he just had a nightmare. And so throughout the movie, he's having flashbacks to his time in Vietnam, to that day that all hell broke loose. That scene does really by the way, that scene does a really good job showing the chaos of war, of battle. Something I've never been a part of. I never want to be a part of. And I don't know what would be the proper words for it, but I do have a lot of respect for those who do defend our country and fight in those kind of battles. Something that too cowardly to do, unfortunately, maybe. If I was forced to do it, I would do it. And as you know, Vietnam War, through the draft, a lot of these a lot of those young men were forced to do those battles through the draft. Anyways, enough about that. Let's get back into this movie. So you're just trying to figure out what is going on with this guy's life. Why is he suffering from these hallucinations? Is it some kind of drug, LSD type of drug that the government gave to the soldiers? Because in the beginning of the scene, you see these guys drinking water, and all of a sudden they start freaking out and like hallucinating stuff, and started acting like all different. So you got a feeling that there was something that you're getting poison either from the enemy or from the government. I never thought it would be like the government poisoning their own soldiers. I thought they was just getting poisoned by the Viet Cong over there. That's was my take at the beginning of the movie. But as you watch it, the movie brings up these questions. The filmography in this movie is really great, especially the scene where he's going in for the X-ray and he's going into that one examination room, and you see he's looking up at the ceiling. You got weird things, demented people crawling around, being in straitjackets, having no legs, kind of like monkey-like humans up there and stuff. It's just get all these distorted beings, figurines up there, and that's like one of the best scenes out there photography wise. But this movie is filled with them. This guy has like demons. You don't know if this is personal demons, if they're really real, or it's just in his mind. It really keeps you dragging along. The problem, though, I do have with the movie is so he's living with it's like his personal life problem. Because once you know, I guess I'm just going to spoil the ending here. So this is going to have a spoiler here. I'm sorry if you didn't want, if you was hoping to have a review without any spoilers. But at the end, it turns out that Tim Robbins is in the process of dying the whole time throughout this movie. And at the end, he's dying. So he's kind of having like flashbacks or visions of his life, maybe his life that could have been. So that's the problem I have with this movie. This is like the real mind-blowing question part of the movie. Because at the beginning, I already figured out that, oh, this guy's dying. This guy is probably dead. He's either dying. Just from the first part when he got stabbed. And then throughout processes of the movie, you see him getting lifted into a helicopter, or he can't move his legs. You know, you get these shock elements that kind of brings him back to his pleasant surroundings. So like, you know, you get lifted to a helicopter, you get boom, it's like a shock to him, and he's seeing himself getting to the helicopter, and then you go back to his mind, what's going on inside his brain, and then boom, the helicopter is getting fired upon and stuff like that. So I kind of already figured that he was either dying or he's already dead. That's the part. And then it ends with him being dead, and then he's being examined by these doctors, by the medical people. And they're like, oh, he gave up a good fight, you know. So the whole time he's fighting to stay alive, but he's kind of got this weird life going on inside his brain where I think it's into the future, it's into the 80s, where he survived this chaotic mess and he's just trying to live his life. So my question really is what the wife and his family was, and because he supposedly got a divorce with his wife, who's the woman he really loved. He was his first love. He does love her, but for some reason he's living with a co-worker, like he's a mailman now, and he's with a co-worker, right? So, and he's living with her now because he got a divorce with his first wife. But it also kind of seems like he was a doctor before he came into the Vietnam. So this is stuff like I think they should have done a better job of explaining, like what was his life before Vietnam. Because I'm pretty sure he was like a doctor, but now he's a mailman. So was he having an affair with this other woman? Was he cheating with this woman while he was married to his wife and her family? Did he get a divorce before he went to Vietnam? And then he was living with the girl that he's with now in his I don't know, in his mind world, I guess. I don't know what the word would be for his mind world. I just wish that part would be more explained, more fleshed out a little bit. Like, because now he's a mailman, but before it's pretty sure he was a doctor. Why is he now a mailman if he was a doctor before? Or was he always a mailman? Did he, you know, that stuff could have been a little bit fleshed out before. I think in the sense of like The Sixth Sense, or another movies kind of like this type would be like The Others. I think those movies did a better job of explaining how life was before they entered this new world that they're into, I guess, where they're hallucinating about what their life is now. All I do know is that he had a son. He loved his son very much, and his son died. And he still haven't really gotten over the death of his son. But for like the whole relationship thing, it's entanglement. It's all very weird. And I guess that's the only biggest question I had about this movie was, is he still married to his wife at this time? Or did they get a divorce before he went to Vietnam and he was now living with this other woman when he went to Vietnam? Did the death of his son, was that because of that kind of separated him from his wife and they couldn't get together? I don't know what's going on with my TV in the background. I just have to turn it off. And then, you know, so that was kind of like the stuff I was kind of confused about. I wasn't very confused about if he's alive or not because I already kind of figured that out half an hour into the movie, that he was dying or is alive. Is just that part of it. And then, you know, I did like how they threw in elements of his fellow soldiers, You know, they were all going to go and sue the government, and then they all backed out. I think they all backed out because they realized that they're all dead now, and that there was no reason to because they're not alive anymore. It's just like there was thrown in characters that I don't think you could throw in that status. Doesn't really make sense because you wouldn't be able to think about people you've never seen before. I don't know. That's my personal opinion. I still going to highly recommend Jacob's Ladder. Tim Robbins does a fantastic performance in this movie. He's very good in it. Like I said, the photography is great. The writing, for the most part, except for my little complaint there, is good. You know, it keeps you on the edge of your seat. You're trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Why are all these scenes all mumble jumbled around? Are there really demons after him? Who are these demons? And all those questions get answered in the movie, like why is he seeing demons and these not unnatural creatures? That all gets answered. So that part, it does a fantastic job of explaining. It's just like the marriage and the couple, the relationship parts, you know, that's kind of mind-boggling. I don't really know, you know, what's going on there. Who is he with now? Is he still married to the woman, the love of his life? Or is he married to, or is he just with the relationship of somebody else? Is he married and having an affair? What the hell is up? I don't know. I enjoyed it though. I think you enjoy it. I'm going to highly recommend Jacob's Ladder. Tim Robbins had a really good 80s. I think you had this movie, and then the one with Kevin Costner, baseball, Bull Durham, and then eventually you would have Shawshank Redemption, and then he had one where he's like a politician, folk senior term politician. He had a really good run there. I love Tim Robbins. I think he's a fantastic actor. Anyways, have a great day. Bye.